Oh my goodness. If I look awful, and I know that you will all be so kind, but if I look awful, it is because I feel awful right now. We got home at 1 o'clock last night after around 10 hours of traveling. Our travel was also disrupted as well, which is always, I don't know whether it's like a British thing or whether that's something that just irritates everyone, but it wasn't the most comfortable of journeys home. At one point I almost wet myself and it was not the easiest, but nothing can ever rival coming home to Lumi and the boys. That just fills you with so much joy. But right now, I don't know if you can tell, but I am exhausted. I think I've probably spoken about it a little bit in my videos recently, but it feels like the last sort of month to 2 months, the throttle has really like hit back on normal life. And Ali was saying to me the other day, he was like, we're going to get together with some of our friends and we're going to have a day at Soho Farmhouse. When can we do it? And I went through my diary and I was like, August? How's August for you? Like, it's a lot at the moment, which is obviously everything that we wanted. We wanted a little bit of normality back. We wanted normal life back after everything. But now it's important for me, like the responsibility definitely falls on me to be clearer in my boundaries on how life is going to continue moving forward, because I feel, I can't even explain to you how tired both Ali and I are right now. We have travelled so much in a very short space of time, and obviously it's not over yet. We've got more trips planned, so we're just having to be a little bit careful and also a little bit kind to ourselves. So when I was on the way back yesterday, I like blocked out times in my diary and I was like, I'm having this day off, because if I don't, I'm gonna be like poorly basically, because I don't even know if you can hear it in my voice, but my head as well, I have had the world's smallest violin playing just for me, but I've got a headache, like a really bad headache. Usually if I get a headache, one paracetamol can get rid of it. I think I'm going to have to take another because it's painful. And if anyone suffers from headaches in the way that I do, you will sympathize with me. But at the same time, everything is my responsibility. And that's the one thing that I learned. Like, this is not me it's not me moaning about anything. It's me understanding that I have been lax in my boundaries and the things that I need to do in order to thrive, feel good and be healthy. So the one thing I was saying to Ali yesterday, I was like, I just need to go for a run. I need to run. I haven't been running and I need to run. Hence my adenola kit, blending in. I'm like a floating head and arms. But yeah, I've put my kit on. It is midday, so at the moment it is midday. Usually I would run in the morning, but I'm allowing myself the grace to run whenever suits me today. So that is the first step in taking care of myself. I've been drinking more water. I have not drank anywhere near the amount of water that I should have been drinking these past few days or weeks. So I've been drinking a lot of water, hence why I nearly wet myself. Running, exercise, and today is a bit of, well, it's a time that I allocate for me to do some things that I need to do and I neglect to do if I don't have the time. And one of those things is to have my Hydra Facial. I am going for my monthly Hydra Facial. This is no longer something that I just do as like a treat to myself. This has become an integral part of my skincare routine. My skin for me now has never looked as good as it does now. I would always, that's one thing I didn't tell you. I also, the day that we arrived, I came on my period. Sorry for the graphic nature if that's not something that you want to discuss on this channel, but it's a fact of life for me. And it's something that I have openly talked about, how difficult I find that time of the month. I am so much better now. I think that the boundaries, procedures and care that I show myself now has actually really positively impacted the negative impacts of my time of the month. But still, it is extremely uncomfortable for me. It's very hard for me to be on my A game. I get terrible like brain fog. Obviously my mood is all over the shop. So if I managed to, well, I feel like I actually managed it really, really well, and I just soldiered through, which makes me really proud of how far I've come with it, because if I can soldier through, we really have turned a corner with it. But at the same time, it's still difficult. But what I was saying was that for me to be stood here, to be mid, like my time of the month and not have a breakout is exceptional for me. Like, it's unheard of. And so everything that I'm doing is working. So I thought in this video, I would kind of take you with me on just kind of picking myself up after what has been obviously quite an intense few months that are not over yet. You may think I have the easiest life in the world, but I can assure you that things, just being a human in general, things will always get on top of you. And it doesn't matter whether you look like you live the best life in the world, which I try really hard to do, and that is something that I really champion, but it doesn't matter. We're all humans, overwhelm happens, and fatigue happens, and nobody kind of gets to tell you whether or not you're tired. Like, as a human, every night we get tired. We could have laid on the sofa all day. You would still be tired at night time and need to go to bed. So it's a fact of life that these things happen, and I am one of those people that I'm really happy to share. I don't need to pretend that it's not happening. I don't need to pretend that life is always perfect. This is a fact. And I'm taking you on the journey of my life, and so I hope that you'll join me today on what I do in order to make sure that this kind of life is, for the most part, sustainable for me to continue on doing, because I love all of these opportunities that I get, these trips, these events, getting to spend time with people, getting to know people, getting to experience different cultures is really important, but you just have to be able to know when too much is too much. So today I've given myself a very, very lovely lay-in, and I've got up, I've snuggled the dogs, I've drank a lot of water, I've taken my vitamins, I've put on my gym kit, and I am ready to hopefully go for a run. I'm gonna have a bit more water because I do feel incredibly dehydrated. By the time I get back, excitingly, we should have Ali's brother and his partner and our new baby niece, who I'm going to be meeting for the very, very first time, which I feel like I'm meeting royalty. It's a big weekend this weekend. It's Ali's mum's 60th, and I'm really hoping that I'm able to bake her just a cake, like a coffee cake, for people to nibble on if they want to. There's going to be like a beautiful special birthday cake, but you know when you feel like you want to contribute something to someone's special day? I don't know, I'm just going to kind of slide the cake into the background and it's just there. And also it's a challenge for me to be able to bake another cake, so hopefully we can do that. So it's her 60th, which we're going to be celebrating tomorrow, and then we have the Silverstone Grand Prix as well, which Ali and I are going to, and we are actually working at with Ferrari Trento, which was the champagne that we drank at Baku. And wow, I was not expecting that to be as lovely as it is. So we're going to be working with them there. Our dads are coming with us, which is something that we did last year, if you remember. Our dads loved it. We're hoping for good weather, fingers crossed. And we're also taking Carrie and her partner, and hopefully we'll get to enjoy a really, really lovely day. I haven't even chosen my outfit yet. I don't know what I'm going to wear, but fingers crossed, because I have a few things that have arrived that were supposed to arrive before I left for France. So maybe there'll be something in there, fingers crossed. Anywho, I'm going to get myself ready and head downstairs. But the best thing of all was last night, I got all of the best snuggles from Lumi. Like, she just curled up right in my tummy, and it was just like, oh, your warm, fluffy tummy. Anyway, that's how I'm feeling. I'm gonna pop a jumper on and let's do this. Okay, let's do this. Good morning, angels. Good morning, Charlie. You are my little angels. You are mummy's angels. Yes, you are. You want some food? Come on then. You're leading me. You want some food? Well, what a difference a 5k run can do. I was the slowest little possum that you've ever seen, but my goodness, was that a complete shift in my mindset just from this morning to now. Like, genuinely, that is, if ever you want to sort out the way that your brain is functioning and how you're thinking, just run. Whatever you do, just run. Get outside. Don't do it in the gym. Don't do it in the confines of like any walls or anything like that. Get outside. It was raining. It wasn't the most beautiful run of all time, but my goodness, did I need that. I also put on a podcast that I've been meaning to listen, which is obviously on the Diary of a CEO, because I just find it also like uplifting and positive. And a lot of it was around sleep and the importance of sleep. It's the Dr. Chatterjee one, which I'd listened to about, I think it's quite a long one, but I'd listened to a lot of it. I had 45 minutes, which was the perfect amount of time for my run. So now I'm back feeling a lot more energized. I've had some of my Madagascan and vanilla yogurt. It is only the Waitrose Madagascan and vanilla one, by the way. Madagascan vanilla yogurt that is, and it's got to be the full fat one. The low fat one just isn't as special, and I have it with the most wonderful compote ever. One day I'll make my own compote from berries from the garden, but at the moment I have a beautiful summer berries compote from OP's, and I had that, I had a coffee, I had an energy ball from Deliciously Ella. Just putting good things back into my body. I'm going to fill my water flask. I'm not wearing makeup today, obviously, because I've got my Hydra Facial, which is going to play a huge part in just making me feel and hopefully look a little bit more glowy. But instantly, like, my body feels better. Like, I always hold so much water weight when I travel as well, which is the most frustrating thing for me because it makes me feel sluggish and just awful. And now I feel like instantly it's just gone. So lots of water today, lots of goodness. I'm hopefully going to be able to bake and read a book later. Right now my mind is just so much better, so I'm going to jump in the shower, get myself ready, put some comfy like active wear on, because I am going to have some self-care. Even though I am not doing any makeup and I'm being comfy all day, I wanted to look nice, so I popped on some kind of creamy beige Adenola leggings with an Adenola crop. I've also got a cashmere jumper from Lily Silk, Emma's large Birkin in a 30, and some Jimmy Choo sneakers, which I love. The perfume that I've gone for is Iris Degree by L'Artisan Parfumeur. Well, we have arrived and I've been very kindly driven here by my best friend in her lovely car. Honestly, it's such a dream being in this car. We've arrived to Bicester Clinic. This is where I come and have my Hydra Facials, and this is just now, I think I've said this to you before, but this is something that I just have as like my like, it's part of my skincare routine now. It is not something that I consider like indulgent and making necessarily like me time. I mean, it feels great, but this is once a month something that I do for my skin that I know is going to impact it in ways that it basically achieves all of the goals that I want for my skin at the moment. Now that I've got to grips with what was causing my acne, which was stress. Stress was such a huge factor in my acne and it flaring up. Now that I live this life where I'm like, ooh, stress-free, my main concerns now are obviously maintaining the condition of my skin, making sure that it's glowing, making sure that it always looks good. I don't want to have to wear as much makeup, and the fact, I feel like Ali is like my number one person, because the fact that he experienced it and it changed the game for him. Now it's part of his skincare routine as well, that we do once a month. Sadly, he's not here with me today because he's playing golf, but Miss Grayson is here with me, so she's going to film basically the behind the scenes so you can see the full treatment. I know I've shown you before, but for me it's the most fascinating and satisfying treatments ever. So we are going to head inside now and
get your gunky.
Yeah, get my skin cleared. Although, to be honest with you, even though I'm absolutely shattered, I think I look quite good for someone who's operating on no sleep. So let's go. We have arrived to Bicester Clinic and I'm just waiting to choose my booster for my treatment today. Basically, we're going to look at my skin and decide exactly what it needs, especially after a tiring journey back. I think that probably my skin needs a little bit of energizing and just a little bit of something special. So they've got these kind of boosters that you can add to your treatment to amp up the results and just ensure that you're always giving your skin exactly what it needs. So that's basically what I'm doing at the moment. And then I'm gonna get on the bed, I'm gonna enjoy some downtime, but I'm also going to enjoy the fact that my skin is going to be looking its best after this. And I just love that this is now something that I just do. I just do it, I book it in, it's always booked in once a month, part of my skincare routine, and then I basically continue the effects by using really good skincare, using active products and things like that after this to ensure that my skin is always looking its best. So I'm currently trying to decide between whether I'm going to have the Derma Builder or the Brightenol. I think probably the Brightenol because obviously I love anything brightening, and this has vitamin C, so it should give me a bit of a boost. I think I've had this one before though, so I know it works well with my skin as well, so let's go with that one. I've taken my shoes off, I've got myself a blanket. I like to make this as lovely as possible because when they do the light section of the treatment, I like to have a little snooze. Did you leave any makeup on today? I haven't got any makeup on. Oh wow, I think it looks alright actually, considering how I feel like when I'm tired, my skin looks better. And usually when I wake up and I think I look my best, I don't.
I like the Smurf cap.
It's my favourite part, to be honest. This is the part that really is the self-care. Get out of my house because I'm tired.
Yeah. And that's the hospitality they come for.
Let's just make the most of get out of my house. Back.
I love that my last clip was you going, hostess with a mostess, get out my house, and this one was like, don't come back.
I love hosting people, don't come back. Oh, do you know what? I feel like having your face touched is up there with having your scalp like massaged.
Yeah, or your hair brushed.
Yeah, it's such a relaxing thing until you start sucking the out of my skin. No, I'm joking, I enjoy it.
We'll leave the Glow Self Peel on and do the extraction while the Glow Self Peel is still working. Ooh. So it's not too itchy, yeah? Great.
Michael Thorpe or Buck?
Michael Phelps, you mean?
No, there was Torpedo as well, wasn't there?
Oh, I don't know who Michael Thorpe is, I only know Michael Phelps.
Hello, thanks to you.
Did you have that? Okay, Sloughy. Okay, Sloughy. You enjoyed that, didn't you, Puppet?
I woke myself up with more snoring.
Snore, isn't it?
It's tactical snore.
See how floating around.
Yeah. So satisfying, isn't it?
Beautiful, Bernard. Glowy. Very glowy.
Bed. Well, I am back home and I think the glow is tangible. And it's not, this is not like an oily, greasy glow. This is like my skin glowing exceptionally. I've got a nice bit of colour back to my face as well. It's just revealed all of the skin underneath. So very very happy. I also got in a 10-minute snooze, which is always a win. I feel refreshed, much better, and also just feel like I've had a little bit of me time whilst also maintaining my skin. What I'll do is I'll pop a link in the description box where you can find your own place to go and have Hydra Facials, because this is not just exclusive to where I live. You can go and look online, put in your postcode or whatever, and find a therapist close to you. There's also the flagship in London, but what I would say is just go in online, pop in your details and find out where's close. And then what I find is having someone close is the best way. I like being able to drive there, I take a coffee, I listen to an audiobook, and it's just part of the day and part of the routine. So yeah, I'll pop that in the description box for you, but feeling much better. Also, this jumper has just arrived for me as well. This is the softest fleecy lined little jumper that I wanted to get for like active wear. I'm having a little bit of a sort out in the house now. It was wonderful coming home. Everything was nice and clean and tidy, but I always like to just have a bit of a rezhuzh of everything. I've lit my candles, I'm gonna put on some music, and I'm gonna get ready for our guests to arrive as well. Oh my goodness, this has just arrived. I have wanted to try this for such a long time. This is the JS Health Vitality X and Collagen Nourish and Glow. I have seen so many people using this brand, and this is just, I love things like this that I can just add to my smoothies. It doesn't do any harm. All it does is do positive things and just add them in. Like, it's not for me, obviously. I know I struggle taking vitamins and things like this, but for getting more collagen in my diet and something that's going to help me get all of the nutrients and all of the glow, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Considering I am getting myself back on track, this could not have arrived at a better time. I cannot wait to try this and let you know. This is gluten-free, GMO-free. It's got 30 servings in it. What does it say on the back? Our 10 chosen ingredients that work together to support your skin, hair, nails, energy, and vitality. Vitality X and Collagen contains the purest source of high-quality hydrolyzed marine collagen. We use sustainably sourced wild deep sea cod skin from Norway, resulting in improved digestibility. Oh, I love the sound of that. Increased bioavailability. Vitamin C contributes to normal collagen formation for the normal function of skin, the normal function of the immune system, and the reduction of tiredness and fatigue. Vitamin C and E contributes to the protection of cells from oxidative stress. Zinc contributes to the maintenance of normal hair, skin, and nails. I love that. I love that they've listed what every single ingredient in this actually is for, because I find sometimes with these things, it's really easy to just look at them and be like, no, telling the boys off. Yes, so that for me is always a huge plus. And I love that I can add this one to my smoothies with like berries and things like that in the morning. Very, very excited. So I'll update you on this one. I will. I've also just received this parcel from Tata Harper, and it is on the most beautiful tissue paper. It's got lavender on here, sugar beet, hibiscus, vetiver. Oh, and these are their new products. This is the Resurfacing Body Serum and the well, that's all in French. Oh, it's the other side. I always forget with Tata Harper that on one side it's in French and one side it's in English. This is the Revitalizing Body Oil Youth Preserving Body Treatment. Oh, a little bit of indulgence. And we've got what looks like this sort of gua sha for body, and you will just, I guess you'll work in the products using this. Love that. Ooh, I do love it. I promise I'm not throwing it around because I don't love it. I can feel the tiredness setting in, but oh, I could not wait to get this open. Look at it. This is my first ever Giambattista Valli piece, and it is so much more incredible than I even imagined. In fact, I don't even know how this ended up in the sale. It's beautiful. Maybe the top is different. I need to open up the other box, so I'll do that with you now. But this is the skirt. I'm going to try it on when I've got some makeup on and show you what it looks like. But this is the most beautiful midi skirt. I might wear this tomorrow. I might wear it Sunday too. I just don't know. It's so beautiful. I didn't even know that it had this like beautiful embroidery detailing all over it. Oh, you can tell I'm tired today. I just walked up the stairs and I'm out of breath. But it's also got tulle underneath, so it's really full and beautiful. Oh my gosh. And the green is just perfection. Slightly on the wonk there. It literally took me so long to track down the skirt in my size. Do you know what? I'm going to give you a bit of a clean because you have been... Sorry. But you have been around the world recently and I don't think I've cleaned you there. I feel like I look a little bit clearer. But I'm going to get into my Teresa order. I think most of this will go back, I'm not sure, although my Manolo Blahnik shoes did take a hell of a battering on my last trip. So I know I was saying I really liked old things, but you know when I feel like I might be walking on my actual soles of my feet soon. So we'll have to see if any of these are right, but I want to make sure that the top is as lovely as the skirt because I don't understand why this set was in the sale. The skirt was sold out on my Teresa, so I bought the top on my Teresa and then I had to get the skirt from Moda Operandi, which I have never ordered from in my life. What is this top like? Oh my God, it's gorgeous! And it's even got shoulder rolls in... Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. How was this in the sale? I literally don't even know. How was this in the sale? Green and white, like, oh, I can't wait to try it on. I can't wait. Okay. Next up in my Teresa order is, so I bought one top and 2 pairs of shoes. So I feel like these are predictable, but if I end up wearing them, ooh, so I think these might be too dark. They're too dark for this. Yeah, they're a bit too dark. Oh, do you know what? I think they'll be fine. These are a little bit more spandangly than I would have wanted, but do you know what? I'm not sure if my Manolo Blahniks are made that well. And they just seem to be like, maybe the leather's really soft and it's not that they're not made very well, but maybe it's just that they're a bit softer. These are quite rigid, but I think I'll probably end up keeping these because these actually look really quite lovely. And they're just a little bit more spandangly, aren't they? And I'm a sucker for a Valentino rock stud. I have been for years. And then I went a little bit niche. It's another pair of tan pointed flats, but I know that there's quite a few of us that are on the hunt for them, so I thought I'd see what these are like. I haven't purchased a pair of Gianvito Rossi for such a long time, but maybe the tan of this will be better for my... No, that's more of a like, I mean, they're lovely. This is more of like with my Louis Vuitton. Oh God, don't tell me I'm going to keep these as well. I've just gone pointed flats mad. These look lovely with Louis Vuitton, but oh, they're blooming lovely. Why? I just don't understand it. It feels like everyone's making this style, but not in a good tan, and it's like the most classic. Maybe I just have a weird sense of style, but when I find something I like, I run with it. These are really lovely though. And the thing that I love about them is they're super pointed. That's the one thing that I don't love about my Manolo Blahniks, is they're not actually that pointed, but these have a super sharp point. Decisions to make, but I think I should probably make them when I look less like a tired sloth. So I am gonna hopefully make my cake now. I can't wait to try on that 2-piece, but I don't want to spoil the magic by doing it when I look like this. So I'm gonna try on tomorrow. I think that's probably a good idea. Good morning, everyone. Today is Sunday and we are getting ready to head to the Silverstone Grand Prix. This year I'm working with Ferrari Trento. We were supposed to work together last year, but it didn't work out. So happy that we were able to make it work this year, because Ferrari Trento is basically like the official sparkling wine of the Grand Prix basically. And they're an Italian sparkling wine, and we were drinking it in Baku, and it was very, very nice. I'm wearing my new outfit from Jem Batista Bali, and I've got Valentino Rockstars on for comfort because it's a long day and we are obviously in and out of places. I need to go and put my jewellery on, but this is my outfit. I've got statement shoulders today. I feel like the quarterback of the football team. But I love the outfit and it makes me feel very, very lovely. I'm going to take my Mini Kelly. I've also got teeth whitening strips on today, which are from Spotlight Whitening, so I'm going to take those out because just needed a little bit of a zhuzh in my mouth. The whole family is arriving downstairs because the majority of them are coming with us today. So we've got Ali's dad, Ali's brother, Carrie and her partner. So we're going to go and enjoy a day at the Grand Prix. Grand Prix? I wish it was the Grand Prix. The Grand Cheddar. Cheers, cheers, cheers. So, hair in the face, just to update you because I have not spoken to you since I got here. We've already been over to Fusion Lounge, but now we are heading to Paddock Club with the Ferrari Trento team. We're basically going to be spending part of the day with them, enjoying the celebration and feeling all of the sort of emotion and experiencing all of the highlights of being here on the race day, because it is honestly, it's electric. So we've just kind of crossed the threshold into Paddock Club, and it becomes very, very bougie. Pardon the wind, if you can still hear me. There is a lot of Bentleys around, beautiful, beautiful Aston Martins, all of the best cars basically. And did I just swallow a fly? I think I just swallowed a fly. But yes, we're heading there now. We're going to enjoy some of the beautiful Italian sparkling wine and just enjoy every part of it because it's so exciting.
Yeah, and good start to the race, wasn't it? Gaining a couple of places, and up to fifth and pushing hard now for Logan Hannafin last year's runner-up in the Porsche Carrera Cup at GB, and currently second in the German Championship.
It's going to be something special, but as we said, we're going to be giving our safety car was suspected made contact. That liquid that's come out of the water.
We've got a parade of probably early 1900s, potentially 18th century vehicles coming through now, escorted by the Aston Martin Vantage and DBX. How quiet they are. How cool is that?
Well, we have finished up with Ferrari Trento. It was a very fleeting visit and I didn't actually get to show you how spectacular the spot was where we were. We like prime position, it was unreal. We were meeting the president of Ferrari Trento and having a glass of sparkling Italian wine with him, which was lovely. Now we're heading back to the Fusion Lounge to enjoy the rest of the day with doing no more work, just documenting our time here and enjoying it. I'm hoping that we're going to find the family and friends thoroughly enjoying themselves, which I have no doubt they will be, but it's been such a lovely day already. But we've got to get last bit of work done, just edit up everything that we've done, and it's so nice that we're able to like slot in these bits of work within times when we're seeing like friends and family like this, because it's just such a lovely experience being able to like go into the Paddock Club and experience everything. So Ali is there. He's been working very hard. We've been getting each other's pictures, but now back to Fusion Lounge with PS Events. I have been the world's worst vlogger, but the music is off and basically we are in the Fusion Lounge and Ali has just seen Eamon Homes. If you don't know, we get all of our bespoke suiting made from Souster and Hicks, and Souster and Hicks also do Eamon Homes' tailoring. So they're getting a picture together and it's the cutest thing ever.
Then we will be in business for the 2022. My name is November Race Grand Prix. We got the back race, the green flag, the towards the line, back race Grand Prix 2022, and that's going away into first line. The lights go out in his last.
They've both got the trademark Souster and Hicks buttons on their jackets and they're both showing them off in the picture. So this is where we have basically the main part of the match hospitality experience. It looks like a pavilion, but actually inside it is so lovely, and I just had the best duck of my life. Everyone is just heading off to get a little bit more food. We're going to go and sit outside. Carrie's literally living her best life in the most gorgeous yellow dress ever. And everyone is ready for more food with Fusion VIP. All the Gordon men, well, minus Ollie, having a picture. Woo! I know that that's probably controversial because everyone knows that Lewis wins all the time, but he's been having a rubbish time and I would really like to see him take first now. It's fine because I think he deserves it and he's just taken first. I'm very happy about that. But we're having such a lovely time. I don't know if you can tell because of my wine. Do you remember the days when I would actually point out my wine eyes? My wine eyes are now a regular occurrence. I'm having the best time.
I want you to lead it. If you don't know it, follow your neighbour, yeah? I feel you know what it is. I feel you know what it is. So everyone together, yeah? My man here knows what it is. All right, just ready to go?
I gotta testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly.
Everyone, I am back in my dressing room. I have a meeting in here today with the Karen Millen team, so it's time to say goodbye to my very sad flowers that need to go, and I'm going to get my lemon tree up here as well. I'm wearing my little navy Amazon dress. I basically live in these, and I've also got a meeting with the Nicholson's team this morning, but we had our lovely day at Silverstone, and basically what we did is we started off with the Ferrari Trento team and enjoyed some Italian sparkling wine from the Alps with them, and then headed over to the Fusion Lounge, because the Fusion Lounge is a bit more, I don't know how to say it, but like it's a bit more like party vibes, but in a really classy way. Oh my goodness, I had the duck for my lunch there. It was like the best duck I've ever had. It was phenomenal, absolutely gorgeous. So I really, really enjoyed that. We saw Jake Humphries again and we got to say hello to him and his family. Ali met Eamon Holmes, which was really funny because they were both wearing suits from CHOO and Hicks, which I thought was hilarious. Not hilarious in a funny way, but in like a just coincidental way. So they're both there with their special CHOO and Hicks signature buttons. And yeah, we just had a really, really lovely day there as usual. It is the kind of way that I want to do the Formula One basically. And I do definitely think that the Grand Prix in England is definitely, it's the one. Like if you're going to do a Grand Prix, I'd say for now that's the one, because it's very, very glamorous. That's where like the majority of like the money is, and like there's a lot of funding behind it. So it's a real experience. We had a lovely day with Ali, his dad, Carrie and her partner, obviously Ali and I, and we just had so much fun. And I was a little bit worse for wear, but luckily for me, I had booked it out of my diary on Monday. So I had a leisurely day just pottering around the house. I also did a huge harvest of my mange too and made a really, really delicious pasta dish. I feel like pasta is like my thing. You know, you like have something that you're good at. I'm good at pasta, and I did. It kind of tasted similar to like a gremolata, but instead I just used mange too, a lemon from my greenhouse, soft cheese, parmesan, a little bit of pasta water, lots of salt, and butter, and it was so lovely. Lots of mange tout in there, and I think I'll probably be making that again because it was delicious. But today is back-to-back meetings at my house, which is always really lovely, so at the moment I'm just pottering around. But first things first, I need to pot up my lemon tree so I can change these out, which is going to be lovely. And I also freshly washed my hair, which is lovely. Also, one thing I wanted to ask if anyone has any tips, because obviously Barkley is our like he's the puppy that I don't even know how to describe him. He's a very special puppy, and he does not stop eating things. Like, I cannot get him to stop eating things, but things that he shouldn't be eating. And last week he chewed off Porter's 4th collar from around his neck, but I couldn't find the rest of the collar. That's because he'd eaten the collar, and I'm really worried because I don't want him to get any blockages, but I can't stop him. Even when I say to him like, no, off, he knows all of those commands, he just doesn't listen. And just now I caught him chewing a twig in the garden, and then I look in his poo and there's always something, and I'm just concerned that he's going to get a blockage. So if anyone has any tips or anything like that for stopping puppies from eating things that they shouldn't, even when they aren't necessarily within reach or they're not completely preventable because sticks are just everywhere. I just don't really, well, let me know in the comments. But I'm sorting out my dressing room ready for my meeting, so we're gonna crack on. Well, that is my little lemon tree potted up, and so far the trees are doing really, really well indoors, and I definitely think it is something to do with me spritzing them just to keep the humidity, because I've noticed that they do really, really well in the greenhouse where it's obviously a lot more humid. So I'm just, every single day, whenever I have the opportunity, just giving them a spritz, which means they seem to do a lot better. So I'm very, very happy with those. Well, today has been one of those days. My goodness. I've only had 2 meetings today, and I feel like if you were to say I only had 2 meetings today, it doesn't sound like a lot. But both of those meetings were almost like, I think one was like 2.5 or 3 hours long. And then the last one that I just had with the Karen Millen team was, what time did they get here? Another 3 hours or over 3 hours. So it has been intense, but I have just unpackaged another fun arrival because I am a naughty possum. As you would have seen on my vlog in Paris and the Loire Valley, I tried an exceptional Sancerre. I'm going to pop you here because the lighting is a little bit nicer, but I tried a very, very lovely Sancerre, and we know how this ended. But so basically, I used my Vivino app for pretty much everything. So if I find a bottle of wine, I just snap a picture with that. It tells me all of the information. But I didn't realise that you could actually buy direct from your Vivino app. So that's what I did, because even though I searched for the 2021 Sauvage Sancerre, sadly, oh no, this is 2019. I ordered a 2020.
They said 2019.
Yeah. That's annoying when you look at this, because it definitely said 2020. That is, I'm going to check my receipt, but there I was praising Vivino. I thought that was a very cool function that you could just place the order for the wine. However, from what I understand, what Carrie's told me is that if there's a particularly good year, a lot of like restaurants and places like that will buy the entire stock of that year, basically. And so I couldn't find the 2021 anywhere. So now I'm going to have to find out if I can even get the 2020, which is what I thought I'd ordered. Let me get my phone. Where have I put that? So they obviously link with a retailer and it just comes direct, but where is that? Let me have a look. I'm very upset. The drink. Your Vivino order. Yeah, see it says on my order, Sancerre Sauvage Blanc 2020. So I'm not losing my marbles. I'm going to write a strongly worded letter of complaint. But basically today I have been trying on a lot of samples for my next Karen Millen collection, and for the first time ever, and I don't know why I haven't done this before, but I actually asked if I could take some of the samples with me so that I can actually wear them ahead of you like seeing them essentially when they launch, because I know one of the things you want to see more of them when they're online, etc, etc. But I've taken a couple of pieces from one collection that I'm gonna take away with me for my next trip. So that's very exciting for me. That makes me very happy. But now, my evening, I don't even know what I'm gonna do with my evening. I've got a bit of a clear day tomorrow in terms of there shouldn't be too many people here. Today was an actual madhouse. It was, gosh, we had three people in my office, one person in Ali's office, then we had 2 people from Nicholson's, and then we had 2 people from Karen Millen. So it's been a lot, not to mention we also had 3 dogs and a Lumi. But Lumi is like golden balls because she is just sleeping in the bedroom as usual. And we've also received a very, very early birthday present from a lovely Linda, who says she's 65 years old and counting. And she's done the loveliest little, like, look, there's Lumi, there's me with my wine, my lemon trees, my greenhouse, sausages, like literally this is just too adorable. And then she's sent basically a little birthday card for Lumi and some toys and some dreamies, which we will be very sparingly giving this. Oh, this is with irresistible catnip flavour. Oh my gosh, she'll go nuts. We're not supposed to give Lumi too many trees, but I think when it comes to her birthday, we will be able to be a little bit more relaxed with it. But yes, her birthday is in about 10 days and she's going to be 8, which actually makes my heart hurt a little bit. But thank you so much, Linda. I always say don't send me any gifts, but if you want to send the pets gifts, they don't mind. They are spoiled anyway, but they don't mind. Also, I didn't tell you, but we had a little bit of a not a dramatic day yesterday, not another one, but an interesting one. First of all, Ali got stung on his lip. If you want to see it, it's over on his channel. But his lip there is, I've been laughing so much, it's been so funny. He got stung whilst doing the bees. But then about 1 o'clock last night, I thought Lumi must have brought a mouse in and it was running around on the floor, and sometimes I'm just so tired that I don't even like compute. And then I heard it kind of go past my head in the night, and I realised that it was either a bird or a bat in our bedroom. And I don't know how long it had been there, but sadly, I think the bat itself is not very well because it's kind of stuck around all day. So if you don't like bats, if you're not like a fan of mice or bats or anything like that, but he's been hanging around here. He might just be sleeping, to be fair. Kind of looks like he's sleeping. Very tiny little bat, and he's got some cobwebs on him. But yeah, I think maybe he's just kind of hanging out because he got a bit lost. Usually Ali will help them back into their little box, because obviously part of the conservation of our area is that we have to have bat boxes built in, and so yeah, he might do that in a little bit, I think. But it's a very blustery day today, and I've just sent my strongly worded email to the Vivino people because I definitely ordered a 2020, and these are the kind of things that I get annoyed about nowadays. What can you smell? What are you licking your lips for? You usually only do that when you're going to be sick. What's wrong? We have been snuggling. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why whenever I talk do you start licking your lips? We have been... We have been snuggling on the... We have been snuggling on the sofa together. Okay, I'm just going to carry on now, you little lip licker. we've been snuggling on the sofa this evening, and I've just been catching up on everything online and things like that. I was meant to read my book, but I just haven't really, I don't know, I haven't felt like I've had enough time to really sort of get into the book. Trying to spend happy evenings on the sofa with my little cheesy twist as much as possible. Honestly, the smell, I wish you could smell these boys through the camera, because you smell phenomenal. You feel a little breath on my nose. I said to Ali, when we move house and when we find our new house, if it's big enough, I want more dogs. I would really quite like to get just one little basset hound. Little basset hound. Little sausage basset hound. But yeah, I would definitely get more dogs. I wouldn't in this house, because I definitely feel like our house is at the capacity, and our house isn't really designed well for like having dogs, in terms of like bedrooms on the ground floor. Like if the dogs wake up, we know about it basically. So yeah, I definitely think when we move it'll be more doggies, although Porter will not be happy. Porter's definitely supposed to be an only child. You know, every single day I turn around to Ali and I'm like, thank you so much for letting me have dogs. Thank you so much. I never imagined it would bring me so much joy. Anyway, I'm going to leave this vlog here. This is probably the biggest waste of time ever. I apologise if you found this incredibly boring, but I also feel like I'm always very much like the entertainer when I come onto my YouTube videos, and sometimes it's nice to just see the times when maybe I'm having a little bit of downtime and just having the snuggles and not really doing anything too strenuous as well, not chateau hopping in the Loire Valley. Sometimes it's just snuggles on the sofa with one of my dogs. Also, just before I go, my favourite thing is when they lie next to you and you realise that they're so relaxed, that like their tummy is all relaxed. Because I don't know if when you if you know this, but when you usually touch a dog, their stomachs are almost tensed all the time, but then when they really relax and fall asleep and feel safe, their tummy is so soft. I beg your pardon. Very soft. Time for bed. Good night, everyone. Night. Oh my goodness. Just so you can see my view before I go to bed. This is the view. Snoot. Snoot, snoot, snoot. Look at that little... Oh, ferocious doggy. I didn't even realise his teeth were that big. Goodness me, Porty. Goodness me. It's a Colgate advert. Beautiful. Under that double chin. Remember when we thought you'd grow into your double chin? Just snaggle teeth.